comic book bullies.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
It's the comic book bullies.
You will bow down before me!
It's the comic book bullies.
Now I am the master.
It's the comic book bullies. It's the comic book bullies. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies. We're Nerdist New Bully. I'm your host Leroy, aka the Lale Lule Lo, with my co-host.
This is Eli, aka O.D.Do.Da-Day. I don't
Yeah, we just gonna talk gibberish just the whole time, yeah. And we are back with the episode. And yes, we are back on Facebook. We got all our legal bullshit taken care of, so we are back, and hopefully we won't get kicked off again. But if we do, hopefully we'll have some, redundancies or provisions to take care of all that good stuff.
we got our spanking. Now we're out of punishment now.
Right. He slapped on the hand and stuff like that. So Eli, let's just go ahead and get the nonsense out the way, and let's talk about this this Floyd Mayweather bullshit. I'll let you take this because I guess you're the sports guy.
I'm the fight fan. Yeah, I guess I'm the fight fan. Okay, yeah. So it was just announced, breaking news, like just a couple hours ago. They announced Floyd Mayweather is fighting Logan Paul in February, and Snoop Dogg wants to be the commentator.
Because he was commentator last time, so
was he? Okay, yeah, I don't know that. All I got to say is, don't watch this shit. Stop giving your money to these assholes.
Because that's why they keep making this stuff, because the only thing that's selling. So you're just telling them that's what they need to do.
I know everybody wants to see Mayweather beat the living shit out of Logan Paul, but that's not going to happen because it's an exhibition fight.
Right.
Probably
now, every black person on the planet wants to fight Logan Paul right now. Like everybody just lined up and like, I want to fight him. And Mayweather's got it. So yeah.
But just like the Tyson and Jones fight, you read the rules. They're not allowed to fight. They got the no cut policy or whatever. So if anybody gets cut, the fight's automatically over and shit. Because Logan Paul's too pretty to be fighting. So of course he's not going to take a fucking broken nose because he's too soft for that shit. So yeah, it's not going to be what you want to see. You're going to fork out $50 to see some bullshit. And just like the Tyson and Jones fight, to be like, oh, that was lame.
And on top of it, it was all on Facebook anyway.
Yeah.
Every time I turned around, the fight was there. I'm glad I didn't pay for this shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be like the cooler fight will be like the prelim or something like the last time. Like you saw the basketball star got his ass whipped or whatever, and that was what everybody talked about. Instead of
the actual real fight that everybody came to see.
Yeah, so it's just another circus show that I don't give a shit about. I don't fucking care. Just motherfuckers trying to make money. Yeah, Floyd Mayweather, he's an old man now, so he's
what's
gonna play
happen?
safe.
Floyd's gonna dance around the ring like he does in real fights. Just dance around the ring, not do shit, and then there you go. That's it.
And then jab, throw some jabs, and yeah.
Right. So it's no point of even watching this. That's why I'm not going to care. It is going to be on Facebook. I'm just going to sit there and just look at it for free. I'm not going to ask for a stream. It's going to just be there. Every other stream, every other post will be the fight stream.
Yeah, everybody's going to post about it anyways. That's how I found out about Tyson Jones. That's how I watched the Conor McGregor Mayweather fight on Facebook.
Right. Conor McGregor want to fight Logan Paul or not Jake Paul or whatever the fuck his name is. Jake Paul wants to fight. Somebody wants to fight somebody.
Yeah.
Whoever.
They want these super paydays, so they want these stupid bullshit fights that everybody, all these the filthy casuals come out and like, oh, I like boxing. I'm gonna watch this and no,
yeah, I have jumped off the train. I have jumped off the crazy train with these guys, so I don't care anymore. Yeah. So let's move on past that. Eli, you saw a movie.
Oh, that's right, I did.
You just see a movie. I forgot. I left it in there, so we're gonna talk about that real quick, even though. You're gonna tell me where you saw it from and what it's about, but I'm gonna let you get started and let you go from there.
Streaming. It's streaming. I'm not going to movie theaters, so it's on streaming now. It's actually released on Friday the 13th. They released it in theaters on Friday the 13th, but now a couple weeks later, now it's available on streaming on video on demand. It is the movie Freaky, new horror movie slasher flick. kind of it's basically Freaky Friday with a slasher. You know,
I heard the original name was supposed to be Freaky Friday the 13th.
Okay, that makes sense.
But they couldn't get the rights to it, so yeah.
Yeah, it's basically this serial killer, this mass killer going around slashing people. They get a magic knife that allows them to switch bodies. He stabs this chick, they automatically switch bodies. So it's like the body swap, Freaky Friday, vice versa.
The Lindsay Lohan movie.
Yeah, the body swapping movies that were, like back in the 80s. We had Big, we had vice versa. What's that movie with Kirk Cameron before he went
18
nuts?
again.
18 again? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it was 18 again.
Yeah, something like that. So these were really popular back in the 80s. The body swapping movies. So they're back. Well, this is same thing. He's Vince Vaughn is the serial killer. He actually is really good as acting like this teenage chick running around.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was pretty funny. I actually enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. It was funny. The kill scenes were really cool. Like I'm saying, this is more brutal than fucking Rambo, the last Rambo movie.
Oh, so you approve of this? Okay, I was wondering.
Like the kill scenes were actually pretty fucking cool. They were out like very over the top cartoony kills, gory and just slapstick horror. So I had a good time with it. It kind of reminded me of Scream, like a modern day Scream, like a teeny bopper fun horror flick. I know a lot of people, when I've said this, it kind of bugged a lot of people out. Like, no, Scream's way better. Blah, 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 blah. This was just Hollywood bubblegum pop mall court horror. I'm like, that's what Scream was, to an old school 80s baby like me who grew up watching 80s horror. That's all what Scream was. Bunch of teeny boppers, pretty teens getting hacked up in like a goofy, bubblegum pop horror flick. It wasn't bad. I thought it was fine. I had a lot of fun with Scream. I just didn't think it was cool as y'all did, and that's what this movie is. It's just a lot of fun. I had a good time with it.
Scream was popular not because it was a horror movie. It was because it was the first genre deconstruction movie that we saw. Yeah, we didn't know that, and that was the hook of it was.
Yeah, it deconstructed the 80s slasher flick. And this kind of does the same thing. It kind of deconstructs teen comedies, with the body swapping. They flip the genre on its head, foregoing stereotypes of women, making comments on women in horror, making comments on people of color in horror. There's a gay character who's hilarious in this fucking movie, constantly just poking fun at the teen comedy tropes. Also with the slash, using the slasher genre as a catapult. So I thought it was a lot of fun. It was cool. It was funny. Had some cool kills, and it gets a thumbs up for me. So shit.
Okay, cool. I was wondering if you were going to talk about is this movie? Wait, okay, where can you see this movie? We have to start saying this now. Like, where can you see this stuff?
It's available on all the Vudu, on I think Amazon's got it. It's on demand, video on demand.
Okay, I thought somebody had it for free or something. I mean, not free, but I thought somebody had it. Like, I don't know.
No, Amazon. It's one of those movies to rent. Okay. But I thought it was cool. I had a good time. So.
Okay. And before we get into the heavy stuff, we're going to talk about one more thing. I'm going to let you get this out the way. We're going to talk about Peter Dinklage. Peter Dinklage. All right. So what is this? What do I need to know about this?
You never seen Toxic Avenger?
I've seen it, but I was like, and then I saw that cartoon. And it sucked. I was like,
yes.
So I'm not, into this. I know it's trauma. I know it's all this stuff. So I'm familiar with it, but I'm just like, well, what the fuck is this? So
I guess it's been announced that they're making a Toxic Avenger reboot,
which I think they've been trying to do this for decades.
Yeah, and Peter Dinklage is going to be in it. They don't know who he's going to be, if he's going to be the star, if he's going to be a villain. But yeah, I go like a Trauma. So Trauma is a movie company that makes really cheap, low budget, mostly offensive horror, sci-fi crap. They pride themselves on making crap. and they just make movies you either love or you hate. I actually thought The Toxic Avenger was hilarious.
James Gunn came from Trauma, so
James Gunn worked on Trauma movies. Yeah, my brother Fat T, if he's listening, he used to have these toys, the Toxic Crusaders. They had a toy line.
It was a toy line of it. Like I said, the cartoon sucked, but that's how I found out about the Toxic Avenger. So
yeah, Toxic Crusade. It was a cartoon. Eventually they made a bunch of sequels. Then they made they decided to, because the movies are not geared for kids.
Right.
Kids should not. In fact, when I rented this back when I was a kid, like in junior high, whenever I rented it. And my mom thought I was watching a porno because of all the
right.
Because there's so much sex and violence in these movies. And so yeah, the movies are not for kids by any means, but then they eventually decide the Toxic Avenger needs to get bigger. We need to market towards kids. So they eventually made even comic books. They had comics, they had a cartoon.
Like, he had a whole team in a cartoon. Like him. Yeah. He was like, it was like the X-Men basically.
Yeah. Toxic Avenger. Yeah. It's basically this nerdy outcast falls into a vat of toxic waste. It transforms him. Yeah. It transforms him into this super mutant being who basically fights crime. And surprisingly, these movies always had a message about environmental conservation.
Which was big in the 80s also.
Yes, he fought against pollution and corporate, toxic waste dumping and stuff like that. So they're very this was pre-Captain Planet. He was like Captain Planet, only a mutant, a monster though. Mm-hmm. So very environmentally friendly monster is what he was, even though these movies were full of gory violence and sex. So yeah, and Trauma was just like that. They're still around. They're still doing stuff. They make movies, like I said, you either love them or you hate them. Some of them I loved. They've got some classics, Toxic Avenger,
Nukem High or something.
Class of Nukem High. The Surf Nazis Must Die with Mama Leroy. Was it? No, wait. Was Leroy the guy? Mama. Surf Nazis Must Die. It's totally stupid about this. It's like a post-apocalyptic wasteland where these gang of surfers. They're surfer gangs, and there's one of them gang is called the Surf Nazis, and they fight other surfer gangs, and they end up killing. I think the guy's name was Leroy. They kill this black guy, and then his mama goes and gets revenge on him.
What the fuck? Okay,
it's totally stupid, but it's hilarious. It's like I said, it's either you like them or you hate them, and that's how most of their movies are. Terra Firma, Romeo and Juliet. I thought they were hilarious, but Sergeant Kabuki Man, do not get it. I did not. That went over my head. Fuck that shit.
Okay, so not all the traumas were.
Yeah, Poltergeist. Fuck that shit. Not for me.
Okay.
So, but that's they made these like offensive. They were trying to offend. They were trying to go for bad taste, and they prided themselves on it. So it's you either like it or you don't. And so I'm actually excited. I want to see a new Toxic Avenger movie, and if they actually pump some money into it, who knows? Because these movies were dirt cheap. They were made for like $10 a piece.
And that's probably what everybody's looking for now anyway, these blockbusters. Because now we can segue. Now we can segue. Okay. Yeah, because I don't know if you all heard about what's going on right now, but apparently Warner Brothers has made a deal where basically HBO Max is the thing to get now. Like everybody worrying about the streaming wars, what's this, what's that? Oh, HBO Max wins. Because all the movies that Warner Brothers are going to drop, basically from now till 2021, the rest of 2021, is that you can just dump it on HBO Max the same time they dump it in the theaters. Wonder Woman was just the start of it. They're going to do Wonder Woman. They're going to do The Matrix. They're going to do, I think, Suicide Squad.
Doing everything. Dune, Kong and Godzilla. Everything. Everything they're coming out with next year.
Mortal Kombat.
Be on,
all coming out.
Yeah.
So you don't have to go to the theaters at all. It will drop the same day as HBO Max. It was in the theater. You just watch it then, and just enjoy it. That's it. So that's the theaters are pissed. That's it. I mean, because they already can't get people to come to the theaters anyway. So, especially with Wonder Woman, you drop Wonder Woman on Christmas Day. Who the hell is gonna go to the theaters to go watch it when it's at home? You done ate all this shit. You got all these presents. You probably got your PlayStation, your Xbox, shit like that. And ooh, Wonder Woman's on the Fire Stick. Why would you get up, put pants on, go somewhere, spend extra money when it's just right there? And it's not some Mulan bullshit where you got to pay like a premium price and like that. No, it's just there. That's it.
Yeah.
Also, if I got to tell you, Mulan is actually on Disney Plus now, so you don't have to pay for it. You can just watch it. It's there. So, hadn't seen it. I was going to get to it, but fuck it. I didn't care. Yeah, like I said, this is a big deal. This could be the nail in the coffin for theaters. This thing right here. Even if it's just temporary, it may be enough to kill off whatever little theater chains they're trying to keep going right now anyway. So,
yeah.
I don't know. It's a big. I think it's a big deal. I mean, people just like, oh, they're excited for it. I'm glad I have to go to the theaters. Look, I already know that when I do go home, I think it's gonna fuck up my experience for Wonder Woman because I know I'm just gonna be stuck in. I'm gonna be at home. I'm gonna be stuck in some little room by myself on a 32-inch TV, watching on a Fire Stick. It's not gonna be the same as watching in 100-foot IMAX with surround sound and shit like that. I'm not getting an experience. And the thing is, I think that my experience of what Wonder Woman is going to be like on the 25th is going to be more common than people having a 70-inch big screen with surround stuff like that. Most of them are going to be watching a bullshit ass TV and stuff like that. You're not getting the same experience.
Wow.
But
I agree. I think
but you are getting convenience.
Yes.
That's the thing. So
yeah.
Why pay $10 for popcorn when I can just cook some Jiffy Pop at home? So
yeah.
But that's where things are going now. So I don't know. Here's the thing. People think streaming is the future, but they don't realize the consequences of streaming in the future. I've said this before on the podcast. I will say it again, and I will keep saying it until somebody finally just listens to me. Because if theaters go away and China keeps boycotting these movies like they keep doing because they pissed off about this shit also. It's like another movie they just boycotted also. If that happens, the theater's going to go away. And big budget blockbuster movies are going to go away also. Mainly superhero movies are going to go away because not superhero movies, Transformers, any big movie like that, they won't be able to do it because, like I said, all these movies that Warner Brothers is just going to release on HBO Max, they're not going to make the money back. None of them. But the thing is, they can't keep hanging on to these movies because they have invested with the movie. Even with Wonder Woman, like they had an investment company help them make this movie. So the longer they just sit on this movie and not do anything with it, they're actually losing money keeping Wonder Woman going. Same thing with all the other movies, Dune, Mortal Kombat, all this stuff like that. So they have to drop these movies now, to get any kind of money they can right now. So when they're cleaning the slate. So when they start back up again, the movies are going to have a lower budget. So you're not going to see, I don't know, Endgame or some shit like that. Like, no, there's going to be lower budget movies. They're going to just do that to just recoup their costs. And that's what it's going to be. This is the future. This is the future that you wanted. This is the future you're getting. Every movie's not going to be Wonder Woman. Every movie's not going to be Dune. You're going to get more, I don't know, Toxic Avenger. Shit. Oh, shit. So let's go to the next one. We're sticking with Warner Brothers.
Well, I got some shit to say.
Cool, go for it.
Well, I'm actually kind of excited. I think I love going to the movies.
Mm-hmm.
I love the flicks. I love the theater experience.
Mm-hmm.
But we're in a pandemic right now, and I think for the time being, that's a good move. Give us something to do. We're not going anywhere. I'm not going to risk, as much as I love going to the movie theaters, I'm not going to risk going to see Wonder Woman or any of this. As much as I want to see Godzilla or Dune on the big screen or Mortal Kombat, I'm not going to risk it. I think it's a good idea.
The numbers are higher now than they were back in June.
Yeah, so I'm not going to risk it. I think I'm excited. Oh, cool. Yeah, give me something to do while I'm cooped up inside. But as far as I think once this pandemic is over, it's fucking party time. Motherfuckers
I don't think so.
I think no, motherfuckers are there's gonna be orgies in the motherfucking movie theaters. People are gonna I was going to the drive-in this past summer. Motherfuckers are packed and shit. And these are old ass movies. People want to get out. I think once the pandemic is over and the new movies, it's gonna be a little bit. People are gonna, some of these movie companies are gonna take a loss. The theater chains, some of them might close, some of them might make it, but in the end, theaters are not going away. People love going to see movies, going out to see movies. Going out, you went and saw Empire, right?
Of course, it's Empire. Of course I'm gonna go. Right?
Yeah, you went. The last movie I saw in the theater was The Color Purple. Just because I think movie theaters should get the rights to old studio catalogs so they can start, showing older movies, because I think people like the Alamo Drafthouse, they pride themselves on it. That's what they make more. That's probably most of their revenue comes from these like vintage screenings and stuff. I think, going forward, movies, they're going to have to re-strategize about, making movies going forward now. I think, these $20 million asshole actors that get these big chunks of money for being in the movie. Yeah, I think that's done. I think, Robert Downey Jr. getting $50 million to act like a rich guy. I think that's done,
right.
But, I think there's movies are still going to be made. People still want to go see movies. The studios, they fuck over the theaters. Theaters have to pay the studios to show them, and then they have to sign a contract to show these movies. Like Disney has the lockdown, has the monopoly. You have to show our movie theater on a certain amount of screens for a certain amount of time, and that's how they go. And the movie theaters don't make any money from the profits. They make most of their money off the concession. Right. That's why they charge up the ass for a popcorn and a soda pop, because they got to pay these studios to show their movies, So I think what other industry sounds like that? A studio that creates content and fucks over the vendors that show it. Sounds like the comic book industry.
Oh yeah. But here's the thing that 2020 threw me for a loop. I had no clue that the comic book industry was going to outlive the movie industry. That threw me for a loop. So
yeah. But I think once the pandemic is over, people want to get out and party. They're going to be.
I wish I was as optimistic as you. But
I can't wait to go back to a theater. But I'm. It's going to be a while. Like I said, I think studios are going to take a loss. I think there's some theater chains might go bankrupt, but people want to go out. People are going to want to go out after this. So,
what can you do? So,
but I'm going to watch Wonder Woman at home.
It's not going to be. I know I'm going to get the same experience and just little bitty TV.
And there isn't. I saw Alien. The 40th anniversary of Alien last year in the theater. Seen it 1,000 times, but in the theater, the sound made so much difference. The audio added so much more to the experience of that movie that I was like, wow, this movie's even more awesome than ever. Seeing it in the theater, So the theater just demands that experience for certain type of movies, So we'll see. Yeah, I mean, James Cameron's making his fucking Avatar movies. They need to build whole new theater.
Right. Do you really want to see that on a Fire Stick the first time you see it? It's not going to have the same.
Yeah, don't you need? Isn't it supposed to be a 3D movie with no glasses? You're gonna be like put in like a fucking sensory deprivation chamber to watch that shit.
I'll tell you another movie I seen. It's not a new movie, but an older movie that I saw that you have to see in the theater, otherwise you're not getting the same experience. Gravity.
Okay, I never saw that in the theater.
You have to see Gravity. Okay, you saw it on TV, right? What did you think about Gravity?
I thought it was cool.
Cool.
I heard it was I heard it was like a 3D movie. That everyone said it was so cool in 3D.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like when you see the movie in theaters, it's an experience. You're just like, holy shit, I'm watching this. This is amazing, But then, I see it on HBO, or Netflix, some shit at home. I'm just like, it's not the same. And you're not keep telling people that the movie was awesome. When they see it on TV, they're like, that movie wasn't that good. You suck. Your opinion sucks on movies. Like, no, that movie was awesome. It really was. But it's like you're just telling people some shit that it's not true,
Yeah, Endgame just ain't the same in my living room like it was in the theater.
Because Endgame, you had that rock concert, crowd hyping everything up, At home, you just watching, just okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you don't have that same shock value. But let's go past that. Oh, wait. Did we talk about Mando?
No, we did not.
One more thing, and then we'll talk about Mando. We're going to get to Mando, but we're going to talk about this one more thing. I just want to touch this. Oops, no, I'm not going to do that. Ava DuVernay. I hope I'm saying her name right.
Yeah, I thought it was like DuVernay or something. Some weird
Yeah,
French way of saying it. I don't know.
yeah. I want to say it's Ava DuVernay is her name. And I fucked that up. That's okay. Yeah, basically what she's doing is that she has a big deal goal. She is what is she doing? Naomi. Now, a lot of you don't know who the fuck Naomi is. I've been talking about Naomi a whole bunch of times. Nobody know who she is. But what she's doing is that she's making, I think, a CW show. I know you probably don't know, Eli, but I think she's making
Is
a
it
CW
CW? I
show.
thought it was a movie. What do I know? I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't think I think it's a CW show she's making. She's based on the character of Naomi. She's a new DC character, just popped up 2 years ago,
Like
maybe
a year or
something
two
like that.
ago, yeah, a year or two
Yeah, a
ago.
year or two ago, and she is the brainchild of Brian Michael Bendis. You know, for those who don't know who Brian Michael Bendis is, you know his work. Brian Michael Bendis also created Miles Morales. Brian Michael Bendis also created Riri Williams. You know, Ironheart. You don't know it now, but you will. Trust me, Marvel is working on it. So DC poached him from Marvel strictly to make me characters, give us characters, so we could just do shit and fuck up Superman. You know, two things he did. So
yeah, I never read the whole. I read like the first couple issues of Naomi. Is she like related to Superman or something? What was the deal with her? Where did she get her powers?
I read the whole thing of Naomi.
Yeah.
Okay, it really has nothing to do with Superman. She is an orphan. Her parents come from another planet that they never explain what the planet is. She's raised by foster parents. So basically, it's Brian Michael Bendis' power fantasy. Like I said, he's raising a black daughter right now. So this is a story about a black daughter being raised by white parents. So it's kind of like Bendis putting himself in this character. You know, she is an alien from another planet with superpowers, kind of like Superman. That's why she relates to Superman, but she's not Superman. You know,
was he a foster kid?
No, no, because I don't want to get into Naomi. It's because then again, I got to talk about Thanagarians, and I don't want to get into that shit. You know, then I'm just starting losing people. Just like, okay, I'm done. You know. Anyway, she was brought from another planet as a baby to these people. And matter of fact, I think her foster parents are aliens also. Now that I think about it.
Okay, yeah, I only read I got like the first two issues, and then I fell off because because I figured because he was writing Superman at the time. Yeah, and I thought, okay, he was gonna tie her into like Kryptonian lore or something. That's what I thought.
He didn't, but she did show up in a Superman book because as she got her powers, she's like, well, I got powers. I learned how to get powers, so I'm gonna just fly to Metropolis and find Superman. So she finds Superman. Batman's happened to be there. They, you know, fall in love with her. Oh, you're Mary Sue, blah blah blah, whatever like that. You know the story, you know. So, and I'm pretty sure she'll be in some kind of Legions book, whatever like that. But anyway. She's the next big thing right now. DC is like pushing the hell out of her because of the reason they brought Bendis over. So, and like I said, Ava DuVernay actually has a full plate right now. Not only is she working, if you don't know who Ava DuVernay is, I'll just point out right there. Ava DuVernay. She won an Oscar for Selma. She directed Selma. And she's also directing The New Gods. So they got her on there for that. So she's doing New Gods and she's doing Naomi. So she's got a full plate. So that being said, can we talk about Mando?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I don't know why we talk about all this other bullshit and didn't get to Mando. All right. So yeah. So Eli, I'm gonna let you start off. What you think about the Mando episode?
Oh, it was dope. This season has just been dope. You know, every episode has been getting better and better and better. Yeah. You want me to recap, or do you want to say?
Yeah, we ain't got to do a recap. We just talk about what we thought about it. I mean, because basically, kind of hit the high points. You know, of what happened. Because mainly on this episode. Like I said, last episode, I went on Facebook basically saying that I thought it was like the best Star Wars thing we saw since the 1980s. Now, this episode, I'm not going to say it was better than the last episode, but goddamn, it was close. I mean, it was in the ballpark. I was like, how did they get this close, like back to back like this? This is, you know.
The return of Boba Fett. Yeah.
Yeah, I would expect it to return of Boba Fett. And the thing is, like I said, I only know Boba Fett from the movies. So I thought Boba Fett was kind of like this pussy that y'all kept hyping up. You know, that's just me. You know, because he didn't do shit. He just sat around just making a phone call, just tracking people and shit like that, just stalking them, shit like that. But you kept saying, oh, Boba Fett is just badass. He is the GOAT, you know. I'm just like.
Yeah, we kind of went off. He, you know, for us OG fans, he showed up in Empire and he was just this mysterious figure, you know. capturing Han Solo, and then you don't hear much about him. And then, of course, because this was back in the 80s, we didn't have Netflix or Disney Plus. We couldn't stream these things. We had to wait 3 years to find out what happens. So in between those 3 years, we all played with our toys, played with our Boba Fett figures.
Imagination just going.
Built him up to be the baddest of all asses that ever was. And then we see Return of the Jedi, where he dies this really cheap death.
Eaten by a space vagina.
Basically, yeah. It's basically like a Bugs Bunny cartoon. He gets, blind Han Solo, hits a button, sends him flying off. It's a very stupid, cheap death.
Well, it caught George Lucas off guard.
Yeah,
like he made Boba Fett, but he just made he's just some dude.
Yeah,
he didn't know that the fans made all this fan fiction, because fan fiction didn't exist back in the 70s and 80s, So when he killed him, I was like, oh, y'all like this guy? I didn't know.
And again, he was making these movies for kids.
Right.
He didn't know that all the 40-year-old neck-bearded, Cro-Magnon apes were going to be like, oh, you killed him, you piece of shit.
So basically, y'all have been waiting from 1983 till 2020 to get redeemed, for redemption. And they gave it to you. They gave it to us. We like it because, like I said, we talked all this shit about Boba Fett, but at the last 10 minutes of that episode, this was Boba Fett. Just beating ass just the whole way. Like knee rockets, he killed people with knee rockets.
That is canon. That is actually canon. When he did the knee rockets, I was like, oh shit, they remembered.
You know what I was thinking, because Robert Rodriguez directed this episode. I'm thinking that was a nod to Sex Machine.
Oh yeah.
You remember with the gun rocket? I mean the crotch rockets, whatever. I thought it was
the crotch pistol. Yeah.
I thought it was a nod to that, but okay. But I didn't know the knee rocket was thing. Maybe he got the Sex Machine crotch pistols from
Boba Fett. Yeah. No, I thought that was cool because that is actually canon. I remember having I'm a Star Wars geek. I've had books and lore, and those old the books that have the diagrams with all the tech and shit. And they actually pointed that there's knee missiles on his knees that he.
I'm like, okay, knee rocket.
Yeah.
Killing knees. Okay, that's new. Okay, I'll go with it.
Yeah, because when he fired them, I was like, oh shit! They know this is.
Right, they know their shit. They go deep in the lore with this. And you gotta love this also. Bubba got a dad bod.
Yeah.
Like I said, they know their audience. So cosplay and Halloween trick or treating, we're ready for it now.
Yeah, I can fit into. I can be Boba Fett now.
So we got Thor on one end, Fat Thor on one end, we got Boba Fett on the other end. So there we go.
Yeah, just a great episode. And then it also, I mean, Robert Rodriguez just directing, it was so, he's such a good action director, but it also had it actually expanded the lore a little bit. We got to find out about the Mandalorians and Boba Fett, and that his dad, because they kind of fucked up by making Django not be a Mandalorian, that he was like an escaped prisoner who got found by the Mandalorians and sort of adopted into them. So, but then they kind of fixed that with this episode that said, he was a foundling just like the Mando was, and that they have a claim to the armor, and that they are part of.
Fans always arguing about this theory. He's this, he's that. They're like, no, it's this. Yeah. Stop arguing. That's it.
Yeah.
Debate's over. So much stuff in this episode. The Dark Troopers. I know that is a thing in Star Wars. Okay.
Yeah.
So. And I'm just loving Moff Gideon, the dude that's always the bad guy in every TV show ever. Just how evil he is in this show, man. He's staring at Baby Yoda, just looking like there's nothing you can do. You ain't shit. I know you're tired. And then he told somebody to shoot the baby, and then they got baby handcuffs. Like, how evil are you to have baby handcuffs just laying around? But fuck it,
Yeah,
I love it. He's just an awesome ass bad guy. I just love it. So
yeah. And we're coming to a head. I mean, I can't believe there's only 2 episodes left. I'm like, shit.
I forgot about that. Yeah, Bill Burr's coming back.
Yeah, and
so it's at the end, Mando was putting together his own Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
he had to go get his son. So I'm like, okay, yeah. So, oh man, just an awesome episode. I don't know how I don't know what they're gonna do next episode. Like, are you just gonna keep ramping up from there? What can you do? But
yeah, they gotta go make the jailbreak. So full on attack. Yeah, I hope they get their squad and they roll up, and this is probably going to be the final. Yeah, well, it is the
everybody
final
show up.
episode.
Bo-Katan show back up. Ahsoka show
Yeah,
back up. Everybody
yeah. And
kicking.
hopefully, whoever Jedi he contacted will show up or something. We'll see. But yeah, it was cool. It was really cool.
So I'm excited for Mando. It's like last season, like episode, like season 1, which is like, this is a nice side quest or, an appetizer, for the Star Wars meal. Now I feel like this is the meal. This is like, if you're a Star Wars fan, this is where you need to be. Eli, we are unbanning Star Wars. As long as Mando is out, we're unbanning Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Is like this is what they were meant to be. Star Wars was meant to be these serial episodes. Only, well, like you said, the Star Wars saga influenced the MCU as being episodic TV only in the theaters. But now, being that they are just individual episodes, and it works perfectly for a short series like the Mando. So. I would, but still, yeah, I would totally go watch these in the movie theater.
I would pay money to watch this in the movie theater, like easily,
Yeah.
And they give it to us right there in a home. So.
Yeah, if they can make, if studios can do what they're doing, what they are with the Mando, then I have no, I have no concerns about movie making right. for the future. If they're just doing in-house. Movies like this, like Disney is just doing this all in-house, in their own studios, their own, in-house production company working on these and making them, at a cost efficiently, it could work because this is dope.
Yeah, I'm loving it. Like I said, if you're a Star Wars fan, there's nothing to complain about,
Yeah.
So never move on to the Vidja Game section. Okay, Vidja Game section. I'm gonna just hit this on the head real quick. Eli, something shocked me that I can't believe they did. They're bringing Brie Larson back for the Game Awards that are supposed to be on this weekend. And I'm just like, and here's the thing: I'm not a Brie Larson hater anymore. My whole thing is about like, if any of all the people that you could have got for the Game Awards. And her audience, and where she, like who's a fan of her and who not. Why would you bring her there to the Game Awards to meet gamers when they know gamers are, let's be honest with you, sexist, racist, homophobes, incel, basement dwellers, and you're gonna bring Brie Larson there, who's basically like a walking trigger warning into the room. Because Eli, I saw the comment section.
Oh shit! I bet you that was a.
It was gold. It was like they're doing it just to do that. Like they're gonna just troll people for that, Why not? But it's just like, and like I said, the Game Awards is not something hard to do. She's a trained professional actress. She can do this shit in her sleep. It's not a big deal. It's just the fact that you're gonna have this war. And it's been so long ago, Eli, that people don't even remember what they're mad about her for. The people in the comment section was like, why y'all hate her? Why y'all don't like her? They're like, just cause she knew what she did. Like, really?
She was Captain Marvel.
Right. Captain Women or whatever the fuck the YouTubers say like that. But honestly, Eli, any beef I had with her, I completely forgot after this.
She's got no tits. Fuck her. She sucks.
Right. That just ended that conversation right there. So like when I saw this and she just came out on Jimmy Kimmel, I was like, you know what? Whatever she did in the past, I forgive her. It's okay.
Hey, she'll always be Envy Adams to me from Scott Pilgrim. I don't care.
Right. So maybe this is a way for them that, I don't know, change the narrative on her, I guess. This is like to win those fans over, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I feel like this is calculated. They knew what they were doing. She knew what she was doing. The Game Awards knew what they were doing. So matter of fact, I think with the Game Awards, I think I might stream that. I might stream it. I don't know. On OG. I might stream it on OG. We'll see if I have time or if I get it from not sleep. I don't know. What's it now? This news excited me. If this is the news I think it is. It is not. Yeah. Okay. So I'm excited over this. And that's not it. Not that bullshit. That's it. Yes. Oscar Isaac. Oscar Isaac has
Oh,
landed the role of not Metal Gear, Solid Snake. He landed the role of Solid Snake. And the thing is, I'm excited about it because, like I said, I'm a huge Metal Gear fan. The only thing, I'm such a huge Metal Gear fan that the pick of this actually pissed me off. And I can't show you the pick because you're over Eli, but that's no problem.
show it. You don't have to look at me.
Well, that is true. No, let me see. Can I do that? No, can't do that. I'm not trained enough in StreamYard to do that shit, so that's no problem. Anyway, I'm such a fan. The articles pissed me off because they say he's playing Solid Snake, but the picture in the article isn't Solid Snake. It's Big Boss. So that pissed me off because I'm such a huge fan of this. So I don't give a shit about him playing Moon Knight or some shit like that. The fact that he's playing Solid Snake, that has me fucking hyped.
My name is Dave. Remember that shit at the end of that game? My name's Dave.
Oh yeah, because they asked him what his real name was. His name was Dave or some shit. Dave. Good answer. So I'm excited about this, man. This is exciting. It's like, that's why I said the Lale Lule Low at the beginning, though, because they're not allowed to say the Illuminati in the game because the government has programmed everybody to not utter the name. So I'm like, it's some deep shit in there. But here's the thing. They're making a Metal Gear movie, but they already made a Metal Gear movie. This movie is the exact same plot.
Yeah, but that movie didn't have Cyber Ninja in it.
It had to be. That's what Bucky was.
Yeah, but he wasn't like shooting fucking shit out of his elbows and shit.
He wasn't, but Bucky was.
Black Widow was. Black Widow was shooting shit out of her arm. So
honestly, but yeah, the Gray Fox was the same. I'm watching when this movie comes out. People are gonna watch the movie and be like, "Damn, this is Winter Soldier. What the fuck?" Like they're both super soldiers and whatever and all this shit.
Who was the one psychic guy who's like Magneto?
Psychic Mantis, I think. Mantis.
Yeah, I actually had the figures. I had they McFarlane released a bunch of figures. I had a bunch of them.
McFarlane did it? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I had the Cyber Ninja figure. I had the Mantis figure because he had that skull-looking, really wicked zombie-looking face. I thought he was really cool.
And so it was cool because when you're playing it, and I'm trying to see how it's going to translate to a movie because the game was such a game like when you had to beat one of the guys that could read your controls on the game. Like, I know what you're going to press before you press. And he was reading like your save files. I know you just played Smash Brothers right before then. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? What's going on? It was some weird.
Yeah. I only played for the PS1. I played Solid. And then I only other game I think I played was Snake Eater. There's only two that I played.
Snake Eater is, I'm going to put this on there, is my favorite game of all time.
Oh, no shit.
Like single player, my favorite. I beat that game so many times, so many ways I can't even think about it. That theme song, I still dream, that stuck in my head. I've been singing that shit all day ever since they announced this. So, matter of fact, if they make that movie and that thing Snake Eater theme song is not in it, throw the whole movie away.
You're canceling it.
I'm canceling Snake Eater. If you know, I'm canceling now because Big Boss is on there and not Snake. It's not Solid Snake. Oh man. Oh, matter of fact, while I'm talking about Snake and shit like that, James Bond is free on YouTube right now. YouTube and Peacock, so go ahead and watch it. You know, do it like all the movies. Free.
All the James Bond movies? Okay.
Yeah, all free. So I'm watching it. I will give a critique or review maybe like next week when I'm done with my I'm at Her Majesty's Secret Service right now. So yeah.
Are you watching them all? Huh? You're marathon
straight through. I got a playlist and everything. Because I never did a straight through marathon. I'm like, I've always wanted to do it, and I was this close to buying it because I saw it on Walmart for like $100. I'm like, the only reason I didn't because I wanted to wait for the last Daniel Craig movie to come out. But I'm like, for free, fuck it.
Oh, I did that back in the 90s when I worked for Video Update. I worked for Video Update, and it wasn't like marathon. I watched like every couple days. I did watch like every James Bond movie. Like,
yeah,
I just did that. I had free movie rentals, and I could just do. I went through like phases. Okay, it's Blaxploitation week this week. James Bond next week. You know, Kevin Costner the week after. No.
Right, Kevin Costner. The fuck? Dance with Wolves. What the fuck?
Dances with Wolves and The Postman.
Right, and Waterworld.
And then Waterworld.
Don't care what you say. Feel the dreams of my shit. But yeah. Anyway, all right. Can we move on to the next part of the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay. So, like I said, this is the comic books bullies where we talk about comic books, and we're just gonna jump into it. And I'm trying to see where should we start. Eli, should we start with the big boy? Let's start with the big boy. Just go for it.
Yeah. Let's go for it.
Let's knock it out. You already know what the week was. If you are not in the comics and don't know what if you're in the comics, you know what we're going to talk about. If you're not in the comics, the thing we're going to talk about is King in Black #1. Now, you like, what the fuck is King in Black #1? I'm going to tell you, my young Padawan. Okay. So, King in Black is for the last, what, Eli, 2 years or something like that? 2 years, Marvel has been pumping up this guy called Null. They saying Null is the biggest, baddest motherfucker you would ever meet in your life. He makes Thanos look like Kite Man and Condiment King. He is the new motherfucker. When you come in, so they just hyping him up, and all you've been hearing is Null is coming.
Null is coming.
Null is coming. Well, Null is here, motherfucker.
Null came.
So,
Null and so did I. And so did I.
And finished. All over us. Shit. I'm gonna let you do it. I'm gonna let you do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go. You take point on this
one. Okay. I didn't take notes, damn it, but okay. All right, so yeah, the King in Black, Donny Cates. So yes, Donny Cates.
And my thing is, everybody hates Donny Cates. He put his foot in this book, man. Why are people still shitting on Donny Cates?
Yes, this is Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman back together again. Well, for me, okay, Donny Cates rebooted Venom a couple years ago, and he did such an awesome job. He made Venom so cool that Marvel basically let Donny Cates rewrite the whole fucking Marvel universe.
Right. Like, fuck what everybody else is right. No, Venom was behind your shit too.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically in that, he rebooted Venom, and it was dope. Like I stayed with the Venom series for at least a couple years. Like so this is my first time reading anything Venom in about a year. You know, I dropped off around that Symbiote Island run or something, which was like 2021 or something like that. So it's been a while, but basically Donny Cates rebooted Venom. He gave Eddie Brock a son named Dylan, who's got these ill-ass symbiote powers, and he created this Null character, which is the god of the symbiotes. So basically, before the universe was created, there was only darkness, and Null was created. The symbiotes were created of darkness. So before anything was ever existed, Null existed.
Right.
And
now, the planet where the symbiotes come from, actually Bendis made that. And like a Guardians of the Galaxy run.
And they're a hive mind, all symbiotes, every symbiotes, including Venom, Eddie Brock's Venom symbiote, they all answer to Null. Null can read everybody's minds. And it was dope. It was really cool for the couple years that I was reading it. So I'm back. I jumped on just because it was, the big event. He's been, like you said, they've been teasing Null finally arriving. I better check this out. And they fucking stormed out the gate on this motherfucker. Right. So I don't know. Like I said, I haven't read any Venom shit for about a year. But this caught me up. So basically it starts out Eddie Brock and the Avengers. They're waiting for Null. He's on his way. He's in orbit. Eddie goes to Dylan, takes him to a bunker saying, we got to protect you because Null is after every symbiote, and his son Dylan has symbiote powers. But Dylan's like, no, man, I could help fight. And Eddie's like, no. So he puts him in the bunker. The Avengers, they have all those ships from the Katati War, the Empire War.
The Empire shit.
Yeah,
before we go there, I want to point this out. Look, first off, the artwork on this shit.
Stegman, man.
Stegman is killing this shit. First off, this is like he's channeling Todd McFarlane.
Yeah.
Like, this is some Todd McFarlane shit right here. This is what Stegman's right here.
This is like, I'm likening this Venom run to, Snyder and Capullo Batman. Like,
I agree with you. Like, those two together are they just got something. They just totally, meld together, their style. Like, it's giving me a Spawn vibe. That's what it gives me. Like an early 90s Spawn vibe.
Basically, that's what he's doing. He's turning Venom into Spawn. He's giving Null is like this Lovecraftian Cthulhu god or whatever. Like these great old one. It's like total Lovecraft with Venom, which I thought was dope. So basically, the Avengers, they're waiting for Null. They know he's on his way. They got a bunch of Katati spaceships in orbit. They're derelict. The swarm comes and they blow them up. They take out just a little bit. They don't even slow them down.
But that's the thing, because they don't know how many people. They don't know how big his army is. So they take out a few hundred.
Yeah.
But Venom can feel it. Like Eddie Brock can feel it. He's just like, oh, y'all didn't do shit.
Yeah. Venom, like I said, the symbiotes are all a hive mind. They can feel each other. They can read each other's minds and stuff. So they blow up the ships, but it doesn't even slow this like big swarm of symbiote dragons coming down to Earth.
Here.
Yeah.
Holy, I'm like, everybody's fucked. Everybody is fucked.
Yeah. Basically the sky is raining venom dragons. And they're fighting. The Avengers are fighting. They even get the X-Men to fight, and they're waiting for Thor because lightning and magic are like the only things that can hurt Null. But
that's why Storm is actually like fucking them up right now.
Yeah. So, but Thor's not. They're waiting. Thor's not around, so they get Storm, and Storm is lighting them up. But they're still barely doing anything. Eddie goes and he sits into the, what's it called, the spire or the codex or whatever.
The thing that connects
to all the venom minds and stuff. So he's basically he can tell what's happening. But then Null shows up. Null lands and he brings fucking symbiote celestials.
Okay, was that a thing? Was he fighting celestials or some shit?
Well, remember, he's been around since the dawn of ever.
First off, let's look at the Avengers when they see that shit. This is like, holy fuck. Because we don't know, like, he's like, oh shit, like the gods of the Marvel Universe, he controls them.
Yeah, so they're symbiote, the Venom Celestials land on Earth. And here's Null. Yeah, here comes Null.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm here for Brock. I'm here for Brock.
Yeah.
So
he said, like, if y'all drag it out, like, I could kill y'all easily because y'all gonna die anyway.
Yeah.
But if long as you take me to find Brock, I'm gonna drag the shit out. Y'all gonna suffer.
Yeah.
So he let them know that now.
Yeah. And Captain America, he's like, okay, usually he had some really cool shit to say. Like usually, people like you, we dealt with assholes like you before, and we're usually because Null is like, who are you? And Captain America's like, yeah, normally we're the last things you guys see, but today we're just here to watch. and then here comes,
because Tony said, like, after the X-Men show up, that he like the big guns are here, but then he said, no Cap, the big gun is here.
This is their plan B, and they got Sentry. Sentry shows up. And he right away zooms down,
punches a hole through the celestial, the god, Marvel gods.
Yeah, takes out a Venom Celestial, and then Null just grabs him.
Hold on, we got to paint the picture on this one. He grabs him, and he just let me introduce myself, and Venom knows what's about to happen.
Yeah,
so like, boom.
Yeah.
And then and everybody's like, holy shit. I gotta go to the picture. Gotta go to the picture. Yeah.
I am the Void.
Fuck it. Let's go to it. Anyway,
where is it?
Right there. Anyway, big splash page. Now, I gotta paint the picture because this is a callback. Donny Case is doing a callback. For those that know their Marvel history, Sentry did this shit to Ares back in the Siege storyline back in 2010. Okay. So the fact that Null is doing it to him, it's just like, okay, that's what your ass get. So like, Donny Case did his homework on this one.
Yeah. So basically, their plan B, which is to have Sentry fuck shit up and take out Null. Null ripped him apart like it was nothing. Like he.
But strong. Now keep in mind, Sentry is like Superman on steroids.
Yeah.
Without any of the weakness of the Marvel Universe, and he just killed him like he was nothing.
Yeah. So they're like, oh shit. Everyone's like, oh shit. So then Null basically engulfs the whole planet in symbiotes. So it's Venom Earth. The whole Earth is covered in darkness.
Like Wakanda, Latveria, Madripoor, all darkness.
Yeah.
Nobody can see anything.
Yeah, buildings, everything. It's just getting engulfed. Storm, all the heroes are just getting, absorbed by by this big giant, symbiote force.
Mhm.
And Eddie's like, okay, I got to go stop this. So Eddie goes and confronts Null. He's like, okay, you're here. I'm who you want. Let's do this. And then Null just grabs Eddie's symbiote, takes the venom.
He takes a big arm, grabs his ass.
Yeah, grabs him, and then just takes Eddie's symbiote right back. Just rips the symbiote off him. And then he's like, oh, you're not the Brock I was looking for. I'm looking for Dylan Brock.
Right.
And then
like, you're nobody,
Yeah, you're the wrong Brock. I was looking for Dylan Brock. You're Eddie Brock. You're wrong one. And then he just drops him from the building. And then that's to be continued.
Like they came out the gate with this, and I was like,
yeah,
wow.
They hit the ground running. So this is like just a straight up blockbuster, summer blockbuster that, and I'm happy to be back on the Donny Cates.
I mean, it's right. I mean, I don't feel like we ever left.
Yeah,
we've always been on Donny Cates.
You said you've been reading Thor, and we read like some of the Guardians run that he was written.
Yep.
And that all sort of teased, that his
Silver Surfer run.
Silver Surfer Black. All that Null has had his hand in everything that he's been building up to this. So, like I said, Donny Cates, y'all, Ryan Stegman doing the art. This was great. This is like a 5 out of 5 for me.
It's 5 out of 5. I mean, like out the gate, this is like, I'm like, wow. I'm really, Marvel is doing it with this book. Especially they got everybody in it, so they know it's gonna be a big hit. Yeah, I didn't think, I was like, oh, the King in Black, because I had no interest. I didn't care. Like, Null's coming for the past 2 years. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Okay, Null's here. I'll check it out. And then like, holy shit. Right. Because he killed Cinchi. He probably killed Storm, but like I said, it's the X-Men.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
She'll go back to Krakoa and get resurrected.
I did drop that in the group to test people's knowledge, who knows anything about it. I'm like, Storm's dead. They killed Storm in the book. And see, that's why I hadn't read comics since 2010. They killed him. Like, see if y'all paid attention. So yeah. Oh shit! I'm trying to think. That was a big boy right there. You want to do Batman before I get to my Bat? We both got Batman books.
You can do Batman.
Okay. All right, let's knock this one out. Okay.
You do bad Batman. I'll do good Batman.
Okay. All right. So where is the book we're doing? Yeah. Okay. So the book I'm doing is Batman / Catwoman #1. So for those who don't know what this is, it's the Black Label 6-issue run.
Oh, it's Black Label?
I think it's Black Label. I think it is Black Label. Yeah.
Oh, is there any tits in it?
No.
And Bat Dick again?
No. None of that stuff.
What's
happens.
The fucking point?
Right. They just because they want it out of continuity. So basically, whatever Tom King does, they can ignore it. They can write it off. That's all. That's all Black Label is now.
Yeah.
Overcharge
you and say it doesn't matter.
That's exactly all it is. So yeah. This Batman book, basically what it is that Batman, it's kind of like a continuation of, it's basically like the continuation of Tom King's run, but some little shit going on. I do want to say this one little thing that I guess is sort of kind of interesting is that Batman's ex-girlfriend shows up named Andrea Beaumont. Now, I will say this, Clayman's art, always awesome. Like, that's kind of like the saving grace of a lot of Tom King's book, because he always will have Clayman with him. That's who you really pay attention to. But anyway, does Andrea Beaumont sound familiar to you?
No.
Okay. I'm going to tell you who she is. Andrea Beaumont actually was never in a Batman comic, but she shows up and she's Batman.
Is she Phantasm?
Yes.
Okay.
She is Phantasm. Okay, exactly. Yeah. So like I said, she's never been in a Batman comic before, but the way Tom King is treating the book, like she's always been there. Like Catwoman knows her, and she and they even reference like the fight they had in the comics. Like, didn't she die with the Joker? They were like, nah, neither one of them died, because that's what happened in the Phantasm book.
Yeah. Once I saw her, then she looked familiar. I don't remember the name though.
Yeah, and honestly, this book is all over the place. It's like it talks about, and basically she's here because her 14-year-old son has ran away, and she's looking for him. And They find him.
So it's not about Catwoman and Batman fucking?
I mean, they fuck, but I mean, it's just like, okay. Oh, and then they keep showing like Joker and Catwoman like having this like frenemy relationship, because it always makes it seem like Joker's jealous of their relationship or whatever. Oh, this and Joker, I don't give a fuck. Anyway, this book is useless, man. I don't. What they just gave Tom King just something to do. This is nothing, man. This is just whatever. It's Phantasm shit isn't even that interesting. It's like, oh, okay, that's cool. They even hinted at that the 14-year-old son might have been Bruce's son, but he died, so it didn't really matter. So, yeah, 2.5 out of 5. This is a fucking worthless book. It's useless. There's no reason to read this shit. I'm done. I'm off this train. I'm out. Tom King can do whatever the fuck he wants to with this book. I'm not even going to continue to think if it gets better. I don't care. So, yeah, I'm going to let you go next. Hopefully you got a good Batman book.
Well, yeah, you sold me on that one, huh?
I think this might be the first book Gomer and I agree on. Unless Gomer thinks this shit is awesome. We're like, oh, you got to read this shit.
All right.
I'm pretty sure he's going to say this book sucked too, but yeah.
All right. Batman 104. This is part 3 in the Ghostmaker story.
Mm-hmm.
So basically we start out, Ghostmaker, he's captured Batman, Harley Quinn, and Clown Hunter. He's got them in Arkham Asylum, in some cell in Arkham Asylum. They're all strapped to like gurneys. And Batman, they're all sedated, but then Ghostmaker wakes Batman up and tells him, hey, you could be like the best crime fighter ever, and I'm helping you. I'm helping you here. And then we cut to Nightwing. Nightwing is running around the city, talking to Oracle, and they're basically saying, yeah, Ghostmaker's like basically taking out this gang, taking out that gang, killed a bunch of Penguin's mob. Penguin is like hiding in one of his underground bunkers, panic rooms and shit. Like the Yakuza, the Triads, the Russian mob, everybody left the city. Ghostmaker just totally chased them all away. And it turns out that Nightwing knows who Ghostmaker is. And so we get a flashback within a flashback. Nightwing is telling Oracle about back when he was Robin, that Batman actually met with Ghostmaker in another, I can't remember which country he was in, but he went to some other country to talk to Ghostmaker and basically tell him, stay out of Gotham and I'll stay out of whatever city you're in, because, we don't agree with our ways of crime fighting. You stay out of Gotham and I won't come and get you in any of your cities that you're fighting crimes in. And then he goes on telling him how Batman tells Robin about how he used to train when Batman was training and becoming Batman back in his days of training, ninja training and shit. He knew this guy who was doing the same training, but they had different philosophies. Batman made an oath, because of the death of his parents, but Ghostmaker was like, no, you're weak. Your emotions will make you weak, and always beat the shit out of Batman. So
he was better than Batman. Okay.
So he was always kind of like just a little bit better than Batman. And but we get a sense that Robin was kind of jealous of this. Like, this was basically Ghostmaker was like Batman's first partner in a way. So we get a little sense that Robin was a little jealous. Then we get to like Spoiler and a couple other, the Bat family. They're going around the city and they go to Harley's apartment. She's gone, but in this panel, I don't know if you can see, Poison Ivy left a message on Harley Quinn's wall saying, go to Arkham. So back in Arkham, Batman has, Ghostmaker basically, it's like Saw. It's like a Saw movie. Ghostmaker left Batman in the bed or in the gurney with Harley and Ghostmaker. Or not Ghostmaker, Clown Hunter. Clown Hunter is now free. He's not strapped to the gurney anymore. Harley's strapped, Batman's strapped. And Ghostmaker's like, now this is a test for you, Bruce. And Ghostmaker's like, oh, I'm free. And then he sees a bunch of swords on the table and like, oh, and Harley's sitting right there tied up. So he grabs the sword and he's about to go kill Harley. And Batman's like, no, do not kill. Batman's like, pleading with Clown Hunter not to kill Harley. So the last page is Clown Hunter got a sword to Harley's throat while she's strapped to the gurney, and then it just says to be continued. So I enjoyed it. This is a 4 out of 5. Kind of a little filler issue, but I like that whole thing with the Arkham thing with Clown Hunter and Harley and the like it was like Saw. It reminded me of Saw. So yeah, it's a 4 out of 5.
Okay, cool. Still hanging on there. All right. Next book I'm gonna do is DCeased. DCeased number, I think 5. I think we're on right now. DCeased Dead Planet. No, DCeased Dead Planet number 6. And I think this is the penultimate issue, meaning this is the issue before the last one, because it feels like everything's starting to ramp up right now. So basically what's going on, everything's about to come to a head right now. So the bad guys have created an army of Amazos. So the Amazos have all the power of the Justice League. One of them can be the Justice League by themselves. They have an army of like hundreds of these guys. And what they're going to do is just wipe out all the zombies on the planet. Meanwhile, the Justice League actually found a cure to the zombies. Cyborg has the cure in his blood, and Wallace West, Kid Flash, he's basically done something to mass produce it because he's like super speed and he mass produced the shit like that. But John Constantine telling him like none of this shit matters. Y'all doing all this shit, it's a waste of time because Trigon is coming. Trigon is basically like DC's version of Satan, Teen Titan, Raven's dad and shit like that. He comes to Earth to destroy everything. So since nobody is like protecting, like stopping him from like all these time, he's free to just hit the Earth. So the first thing he does, he comes to Paris. He sees a whole bunch of zombies, waves his hand, and destroys Paris in like 5 minutes. So he's done. While he's walking, fire is just lighting up everywhere he's going. So he's coming to kill everybody. So basically they don't have time for that. Meanwhile, they don't even know that Darkseid is coming. And he's a zombie also. That's for another time. And yeah, the book pretty much ends with Constantine stealing Dr. Fate's helmet. He has Shazam's thing. He's got basically all the magic shit, whatever like that. He's about to go fight Trigon by himself. To be continued. So yeah. He probably won't win, but that's what's going on right now. So overall, just a lot of shit just going on in this book. I feel like this was filler until we get to the big moment. Like I said, Trigon's coming. Darkseid's coming. Constantine has all the magic in the universe trying to fight these guys. They have the cure to the zombies. They even cure Big Barda, who was a zombie like in issue 3. They cure her, so she's regular now. So if they just get the cure to everybody, you're done. No more zombies. So, yeah. Either way, 3.5 out of 5. Easy breezy going book. So, yeah.
Cool. Cool.
And,
all right. I guess I'll do Hellions.
Okay. You still sticking with it. So, yeah.
I'm still in this. Yeah, I'm still on this. So Hellions number 7. This is right after the whole X of Swords tournament thing and the whole Hellions crew got killed. Well, by Sinister.
Of course.
Due to Sinister's lack of leadership skills, he got them lost. And
right. It's bad when your team leader kills you,
Yeah. His leadership and his overall asshole way of doing things got them lost. Basically just, put them through the ringer, and then he ended up killing them to keep this so they wouldn't tell on the shit that he's doing, which is taking samples of those what were they called in those
demon mutants or whatever.
Those demon mutant things. He got samples of them. He's it's basically so they wouldn't tell on all the shady shit he's doing. So this starts out, he's talking to the council on Krakoa, talking about how the the mutants are dead and how we have to resurrect them. Who is it now? Wild Child and what's that guy's name? Damn it, I can't remember. Okay, Wild Child and Orphan Maker. and Nanny. So they're talking about resurrecting them, but since they got killed in Araco, when they resurrected, they're more powerful now.
Okay, it's supposed to be like weirder and weaker, but okay.
Yeah, because of I don't know, they're more powerful, but they won't resurrect Orphan Maker. They won't resurrect him because they don't know what his powers are, and that they need to get him a suit to put him in before they can resurrect. Because apparently, if he's not in a suit, he'll like destroy the place.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. This is X-Men lore that I'm not familiar with. I'm just I'm just going
Honestly,
with
that's
saying.
deep for even me. So yeah.
Yeah. So basically if they have to contain him in a suit, like in an Iron Man suit, he kind of looks like Iron Man. He's in this robot suit, or else his powers will just destroy. He's just so powerful that he has to be contained. So they have to go get him a suit. So they haven't resurrected him yet. So they basically they get the crew back together to go get him a suit. And the suit is at this this base where those assholes, those racist religious assholes who hate
the
mutants.
Friends of Humanity.
Yeah, one of those guys. Yeah, there's they're going there, but meanwhile, Havoc and they're all kind of questioning Psylocke. Psylocke is basically going along with everything Sinister is saying, and they're like, Havoc's like, why are you listening to that asshole? He did. They can't remember what he did, but they know he did some shit.
Right.
And it's like, why are you following him? Why are you just following his orders? He's an asshole. I can't believe you. Blah 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 blah. But then Psylocke, she pulls a fast one and basically crashes Sinister's new jet. He just made this new jet that has all this cool shit in it, and they crash it into the base, and that's how they breached the walls of the base. So, and then Sinister's like, what the hell did you do to my ship and shit? And so they get out. They're about to go get their the suit for Orphan Maker, but then they happen upon the racist robot army or whatever.
Nope.
Yeah, they're fighting him, and what's this guy's name? See, I don't know what's his name now. What the fuck's his name? Hold on. Cameron Hodge or whatever.
Whoa, he's back.
Yeah, he's there.
Is he regular? Or is he like some kind of big serpent worm thing?
He's got his like racist robots.
Okay, but he's regular. Or does he have like a serpent or some shit?
I don't think so. That's just him.
Yeah,
he's waiting for them, and then it's just to be continued.
Okay, yeah, he's an old school villain.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not a big X-Men guy, but I'm digging this story. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. It's kind of filler. It doesn't have the cool action like the other books have been. So I mean, I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5. Yeah. But
plus that story is winding down from the big crossover event they just had. So
so it's basically filler set up for the next big run now. So, but I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5. I'm still digging this book. So,
cool. Okay. Yeah, I think this is my last book. I think I'm booked out after this. This is Justice League Endless Winter #1.
Oh, you read this? I almost read this.
Okay, I'll tell you what I thought about it. Okay, so yeah, for the first 20 pages of this book, nothing happens. It's just generic Justice League shit. They fight some random ass goons nobody's ever heard of. Flash has some marital issues he's trying to talk to Superman about. He like, don't talk to me, talk to somebody else to know about shit. So he finds Black Lightning and talk to him about it. Black Lightning never shows up again, Anyway, none of that shit matters. What matters is that apparently this organization called Stag Industries, longtime DC, not gonna get into it. Stag Industries, when Superman took the Fortress of Solitude and took it to the Bermuda Triangle, he left some of those, those stones that, in the Superman movie, when he threw it and it became the big crystal shit. Okay. When he moved it, they left some of those crystals there. They call them sunstones in the comics and like that. So they trying to mine that place to get some of those Kryptonian sunstones so they can do some whatever weird shit. But what they actually end up doing is releasing this dark god that nobody's ever heard of. And he's just out there just fucking up shit right now. And he calls himself the Frost King. Let me see if I can get a picture of him. And when the Frost King shows up, like Aquaman, yeah, here he goes. Aquaman looks at Wonder Woman. He was like, is he from your thing? Like, nah. Is he from your thing? Like, nah. None of us know who the fuck he is. So here's the thing. This is Laffy. This is Laffy from Jotunheim. But they never actually call him Laffy from Jotunheim. But that's basically what he is. So basically, this is, what was that story we read last year? War of the Realms?
War of the Realms.
It's that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically that's what it is. He calls up Frost Giants, the whole shit. They beat the fuck out of the Justice League. But here's the interesting thing that I actually thought was pretty interesting. When he looks at the Justice League, he calls them the M.O.D.O.K affair, whatever like that. I looked it up, and it's Scandinavian for a dark elf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like I said, this is Norse mythology, which is weird because, like I said, DC doesn't really deal with Norse mythology. But
so this is like Malekith or whatever.
Malekith, Laffy, whatever you want to go. And he's been saying, y'all not going to trap me again like you did before. What he's referring to, and I'm thinking what they're hinting at, is they're referring to the ice storm. Remember how in Norse mythology, always saying like the ice storm where the gods came to Earth, all like that. Basically, he's saying he caused first ice storm, like Laffy and the Frost Giants, you know. So this is like a Marvel ripoff, but they don't stop there. They go deeper with the Marvel ripoffs. Because like I said, he was trapped before because he came to Earth, but then apparently this team was the team that stopped him last time. And it was Black Adam, Hippolyta, you know, Wonder Woman's mom, Swamp Thing, because Swamp Thing is like immortal. So it wasn't the Swamp Thing we know, it was like a Swamp Thing, whatever Swamp Thing was at the time. And Viking Prince. Viking Prince is a whatever. So it's like the Justice League BC. Remember that Jason Aaron shit? That Avengers BC 2000 like that?
Yeah.
It's that shit. They're ripping off. They're like wholesale ripping Marvel off with this shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, fuck, you can't beat them, join them. So
was there the Ghost Rider, the woolly mammoth Ghost Rider?
Right. Bashenga, you know, Agamotto was there. It's the same shit. It's just Black Adam was there, Hippolyta's there, Viking Prince there. So it's like the Justice League 1 million BC, basically. And they're basically saying they're the ones that the Frost King. They're the ones that put the Frost King back in his prison. But we know it's just Laffy from Jotunheim. You know, I don't care, man. It's derivative. But it was, when they actually got to this shit,
art looks pretty cool.
No, the art sucks.
Really?
It looks good. Actually, you know what? I think when I looked at the book again, the person that drew the last few pages, I think it was a different artist. Because the rest of this shit sucks. And I know who it is. I hate to be it because I know he's not a fan of this podcast, whatever. It's Harold Potter, whatever the fuck his name is. DC has been having this guy for years, decades. All his shit sucks. So that's why I knew this was like some low-end shit. But the dude that wrote this book is Andy Lanning. Your boy.
Is he?
He did the Aquaman shit.
Oh, I thought that was what's his face? Abnett or whatever.
Oh, I get him confused. My fault. The reason I get them confused because they were the guys that did the Guardians of the Galaxy run, like with Rocket and Star-Lord like that, and they call themselves DNA. You know, Dan and Andy DNA. They call themselves like that. So I get them confused. They're interchangeable to me. You know.
Oh yeah.
So it's not your boy. It's my boy, I guess. Overall, this book is just some derivatives bullshit, some throwaway shit. Just to get to the next one. They don't care. So it's like, what did Marvel do last year? Just do that shit, you know, and just throw them in there. So 3 out of 5. I actually like this better than Bat and the Cat book, the Batman and Catwoman Tom King shit, but only because it reminded me of, hey, Water Realms wasn't that bad. I defended Water Realms. I think we defended Water Realms.
I didn't stay with it, but because it had like 1,000 tie-ins and shit.
Yeah, so I read some of them. So
I didn't stay with it, and I just had you tell me what.
Yeah, like I said, it wasn't the greatest thing ever, but I thought it was fun for what it was. I like this is a fun tie-in, you know.
Yeah.
So if DC do the same shit where they just, you know, have them do just some Viking shit, it can't be that bad. You can't go wrong doing that shit. I don't think. So
yeah.
Let's see what weird spam message we got right now.
Oh, hello, Nutcracker 2015. Hello.
What makes you think we're human? Oh man, but yeah, that's all I got. What you got?
All right, the only other I got is M.O.D.O.K.
Okay,
Head Games #1.
I just got a question. What the hell?
Yeah, what the hell? That's what I said. What the hell? I'll check this out.
Okay.
What the hell? I'll check it out. And you know what? It was pretty cool. I
Really?
kind of like this. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's M.O.D.O.K. For those who don't know, M.O.D.O.K. is I'm sure. Well, maybe you don't, because he was the villain in the Avengers game, but it turns out nobody
knows. Yeah.
Nobody knows.
I'm the only one that knows that. Yeah.
Yeah. So M.O.D.O.K. is the mental mechanical.
It depends. Depends on who writes it.
Yeah. Mental organism designed only for killing. M.O.D.O.K.
Right.
Old school. He's been a villain for
yes, the baby head on the chair. That's who M.O.D.O.K. is.
Yeah, that's the baby head on a chair. Yes. Villain of Captain America, Hulk. He's one of the main baddies in the Marvel universe. This is his book. So basically starts out
M.O.D.O.K. and it's written by Patton Oswalt.
Yeah, Patton Oswalt and Jordan Blum, who's like a TV writer. And he's but I guess this is it a tie-in for that, because they're making that show on Hulu.
Which Patton Oswalt, I think, is writing that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically it starts out, M.O.D.O.K. is having a dream where he's like living in a house with a family and a white picket fence. And then M.O.D.O.K. step out of it. And it turns out they're in a battle. Like him and a bunch of AIM soldiers are battling. They're basically robbing a Stark Industry train. They're robbing some Stark tech. And there's a big battle going on. And they're like, what the hell? What are you doing? And they're like, oh shit. So basically M.O.D.O.K. had a dream. And he's basically a big giant cyborg brain. And he's kind of questioning what's going on with him. Do I have a virus? Why am I dreaming in the middle of stuff? So basically AIM is basically questioning M.O.D.O.K.'s, if he's functioning correctly, if he needs to be run diagnostics, they're basically having a meeting with M.O.D.O.K. when they get back, after robbing their heist and shit. And they're saying, you put the team in danger. Maybe you're not functioning correctly. We better shut you down, all this shit. And M.O.D.O.K.'s like, hey, while we were doing that, I ran all these and basically just tells him how he's, how high advanced he is and how he can multitask, and he's still the best functioning being in this whole organization. And so they get into a fight. Okay, we're gonna turn you off, and then there's a big battle happens, and M.O.D.O.K. is taken out. It's a pretty cool panel. M.O.D.O.K. just murking all the AIM soldiers, and they're in that one supply room with all the shit that they stole from superheroes. So there's like a Captain America shield. There's like Spider-Man, web slingers and shit. So they're using all kinds of powers and shit. I don't think he had an Infinity Glove. But at one point, Banner Serum has what's her face? Monica, what's her name? That one scientist, Monica Rambeccini or whatever.
Oh shit, she's a boss in the game.
Yeah, she's in this. She grabs a they're fighting, and there's a Banner Serum, and she injects the Banner Serum into her arm. And where is that? Where is that panel? And she basically gets the Hulk arm. She has like one Hulk arm. Okay, so so they got all, there's M.O.D.O.K. with like a Ant-Man helmet, and he's got like a Star-Lord gun and, and all kinds of like superhero crap that they've been robbing, like Deadpool, like little Deadpool grenades and shit. And and then here it is. Here's Monica injects herself with the Banner Serum, and she has like one Hulk arm,
Wow. Okay.
And they're fighting and shit. So M.O.D.O.K. ends up escaping, and he blasts through a room. It turns out it's Tony Stark, and M.O.D.O.K. shows up and says, "Hey, Tony, I need your help." And
oh yeah, I know Tony. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and that's to be continued. And I thought this was a lot of fun. It was kind of stupid and campy and just fun, So I give it a 4 out of 5. I surprisingly enjoyed it.
Preparing us for that Who, so they're basically trying to get, just like Harley Quinn took off. They're trying to do that.
Yeah, I thought it was fun. I had a lot of fun with it. You know, I said, what the fuck? Really didn't care. I'll check it out just because it was a #1, and you know, and then I ended up really digging on it. So I'll probably get #2. So
damn. So M.O.D.O.K was better than Batman and Catwoman.
yeah.
Come on, Tom King, give us something.
Yeah.
Oh man. Shoot. Anything else we got to talk? I'm booked out.
I'm booked out. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, if you listen this long, definitely like, share, subscribe. Listen to other podcasts. I actually fucked up on this podcast. I meant to share it to Outright Geekery. I actually shared it to the Comic Book Bully podcast. It is on Comic Book Bully, but we'll square all that out next week. Oh, and Tuesday, if you're listening now, Tuesday we're going to do our top 5 graphic novels. I have my list. Did it always have the flying chair? Did he steal it?
Well, he was a human at one point.
He was a human. Did he mutated into the big
Didn't he have like the cosmic cube or some shit? Yeah. And
yeah.
Shit out.
Yeah, it's like I said, some weird shit. So yeah, listen to us on Tuesday. We will be back here recording because we're gonna do our top 5 graphic novels of all time. Elon, you got your list? I forgot my list, so I need to write it down before we do that. And I already know Gomer's is gonna shit on anything I say, so I've already have some counterpoints to go with.
That's your rebuttal.
Exactly, already ready. I have anticipated what you're about to say, so counter your counter with a counter. You know.
Well, allow me to retort.
Right. Oh man, and they'll come back to us next week. By then, I probably have finished my James Bond marathon. Eli, I'm pretty sure they're fresh in your head, so we can, you know, bounce off each other's ideas, stuff like that. And yeah, like I said, we're getting closer and closer to Christmas. We'll have some new books coming out, and we'll go from there. Yeah, just do us next week. So until then, it's Leroy.
This is Eli.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Same bully time, same bully channel.
What a thrill, with darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill, I'm searching and I'll melt into you. What a fear in my heart, but you're so supreme. I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. Someday you go through the rain, and someday you'll feed on a tree frog. It's ordeal, the trial to survive.